Hi, today I'm going to make some hominy pork stew. This is a recipe, it's a nice comforting soup for us to eat tonight on a rainy, cold spring day. I'm going to use some stir-fry pork, and I don't know if you can get this in your area, but I got this from ShopRite, and it's nicely cut as if you were going to use it in a stir-fry. However, you can use a pork loin or pork tenderloin and cut it into nice little strips, and it works the same way. The other star ingredient is white hominy, and I have 2 cans of this. Let me show you the rest of the ingredients. We're going to cook it in the Instant Pot pressure cooker. Over here we're going to start with 2 sweet potatoes, some already chopped and peeled garlic, a nice large Vidalia onion. We need 24 ounce to 32 ounce organic vegetable broth. You can use whatever kind of broth you like to use in your household. We'll have some, I use no salt, diced tomatoes, and have some green chilies in there for a little flavor. I have 2 cans of the white hominy, and I'm going to drain the liquid off of them. Also, the seasonings, I'm using chili powder and cumin, a teaspoon of each. The pork, as I already described, I have 1 3/4 pounds. You can use anywhere from 1 to 1 3/4 pounds for this amount of recipe. Also, I already started up the saute mode on the Instant Pot, so we can get at this a little quicker. I'm going to put a little olive oil in there, and I'm going to chop up the onions and sweet potatoes, and we're going to start to saute the onions and garlic first.
All right.
Okay, now I chopped up the onions, small pieces. We're going to pour them in, already sizzling. And into that I'm going to take a nice healthy squeeze of the chopped garlic. You can use about 3 or 4 cloves if you chop it yourself, but you could also use about 2 tablespoons. Alright, now we're just getting that sizzle on, get the onions to be a little translucent, and at that point we're going to add in the rest of the ingredients. Alright, next we're going to add the 2 sweet potatoes. I cubed them up into little bite-sized pieces. You want to get them to be something that you'd like to put on your spoon if you're eating some stew. So we're going to throw them in. And then I'm going to add the can of tomatoes, and with all the juices in, we're going in too. Alright, into that we're going to add the pork. Alright, here's what the pork looks like. Nice thin strips. They will also be great bite-sized pieces. Just separate them a little. I have this in the freezer, so a little bit frozen yet, but that will thaw out in a moment. Okay, now I need to get the hominy, which I've been draining in the sink. So this is 2 cans of hominy. Take a good look at that. It's a nice fat corn kernel without the skin on it. That's what that is. Now we need a teaspoon of chili powder and a teaspoon of cumin. So you can eyeball that if you want, or use the amount that you prefer in your taste. Alright, and into the mixture in there, we're going to add the vegetable broth. Now you can hear the sizzling will slow down now. But I leave the saute method on because it keeps the pot already heating up. So it makes it a little less time that you need to come up to pressure because it's already hot. All right, let's mix it all up here. Can you see in there? It already looks like a nice stew, right? We're going to set this on the soup setting of the Instant Pot. And if you're using a different type of pressure cooker, you can set it on high for 15 minutes. On this pressure cooker, the soup setting is a preset for 15 minutes on high. Okay, let's get the lid on. We're going to cancel and start the soup method. It shows 15 minutes of time at high pressure. As soon as the pot comes up to high pressure, it'll start counting down, and then we're going to let the pressure release naturally. Okay, we'll be back after it starts counting down and the pressure's nearly gone. Okay, we're down to 1 minute, and then we're going to let it slip into natural pressure release. So we'll be back in about 10 minutes after that, after most of the pressure is out of the pot. Okay, now we've gone 13 minutes past the end. Let's see if there's any steam left in there. We'll let the rest out now. Okay, the pin dropped and we can take off the lid. Ready? Oh my goodness. Look at that. Woo! That's beautiful. All right, let's mix it up a little bit here and scoop some out. Oh, look how nice that pork came out. And the sweet potatoes, the hominy. Wow. Let's scoop some into a nice soup bowl. Now I've seen different kind of recipes online for the pork hominy stew. And some people, instead of using the tomato, they might use some salsa verde, a jar of salsa verde in there, or some homemade. Okay, now one way that you can eat it, you can add a little cheese on top, or you can dress it up with a little sour cream. We're going to let that cool down a slight bit and then I'll taste it. Okay, let's taste our supper here. That looks good. I like it. It's a little spicy from the tomatoes with chilies and also the seasonings we added. That tastes good. Well, I hope you get a chance to make this hominy pork stew. It's really good, and we're going to go enjoy it now. Thanks for watching.